right.
At some point in the show, we always come around to talking about an unhealthy gut.
Yes.
Without just about everything, Dr. Janine. So can an unhealthy gut cause acne?
Absolutely. So there's definitely the connection and the cause for the unhealthy microbiome to cause acne, and finding that, again, that health and that balance in the microbiome is so important when we're wanting to address acne. And there's something called the gut-brain-skin axis. So, and that's the connection between the gut microbes as well as what's happening in our mouth, our oral probiotics, and our skin. And so having that proper balance with, I always talk about, you know, the unhealthy microbiome versus the healthy microbiome and those different stages of dysbiosis, we definitely want to make sure that we are preventing that dysbiosis from happening in the first place. And that's why it's so important to have that healthy microbiome. And studies have actually shown that, again, the title, Potential Role of the Microbiome in Acne, a comprehensive review. And certainly that interaction between the skin microbes and host immunity plays an important role in this disease. And they go on to talk about, you know, the aggravation of acne by altering that gut microflora, so that we think it's just about the skin microbiome. No, when we alter the gut microbiome because of stress, because of poor diet, because of certain medications, antibiotics and things, mess up our gut flora. And how does that have, and it does have an effect on the development of the acne. So I find that that's phenomenal. And again, it's not just, you know, this is the Journal of Clinical Medicine. This is not, you know, some airy-fairy natural article that's written. This is, you know, mainstream medicine is looking at this, which I think is fantastic. So when we talk about that relationship, people will ask, well, how do we get that healthy microbiome? And this is why I think it's important to do, you know, some parasite cleansing or herbal medicines that are targeted to clean up some of those bad organisms.
Right.
And to me, that's really important. And clinically, that's where I always found the benefit, was killing off, you know, some of those bad microbes that we have in the gut. We pick them up from not just travel, we get them from our pets, we get them from being in the garden, we get them from lettuce and raw fruits and vegetables. We don't necessarily know that those parasites are there. We can't wash them away, but we're all prone to parasites. And, you know, a few times a year, again, much like detoxification, getting rid of that toxic load of those unwanted organisms is a great way to do that. So there's definitely, you know, specific herbal medicines that will help to do that. So we'll share some links below as well to help to guide people. But that's important. Now, certainly to do this topically, so we have a tip, and we're going to actually show you a video now of having that proper skin barrier function with using probiotics. So those are the good healthy flora that I always talk about, and using them topically. So we actually have a recipe for a probiotic face mask that you do weekly. And by weekly doing the probiotic face mask, you're actually helping with that skin barrier function and having that protective effect against the acne, which is fantastic.
Can men do this too?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely.
I would do that. Totally, I would do that.
Yeah, so let's take a look at it now.
Okay.
So this is a fantastic probiotic face mask for acne. It's also really helpful for sunburn and helps to balance combination skin. So if you've got some dryness, but also oily skin, which is often correlated with that acne, this is going to be fantastic for you. So first I have some yogurt, and yogurt is very cooling to the skin. It helps to balance the skin microbiome because of those active live cultures. It also contains lactic acid, which helps with sunburn, but also helps to kill those bad bacteria, helps to reduce inflammation, and helps to control that oil in the skin. So I'm going to mix that into my bowl, as well as some honey. So honey is a natural antibacterial. It's also called a humectant, which means it helps to add moisture to the skin, and it has anti-inflammatory effects. So I'm gonna mix these together. And now to kick it up a notch, I'm also adding a concentrated probiotic. So this is a supplement. This is Acidophilus and bifidus, some of my favorite strains for the microbiome. And yes, we have a skin microbiome as well. So this is really going to help with balancing that microbiome and helping with the acne. It will help to fight off those bad bacteria as well and those bad organisms, which can then, lend itself to developing the acne in the first place. And now that it's all blended up, you're going to apply this to nice cleansed skin that's still a little bit damp and moist. And you're just going to apply it all over your skin. And then you're going to let it dry. So when it's nice and dry, you can leave it on for about 15 minutes or so. Then you're going to wash it away and then follow up with your regular skincare routine. For help with that, you can check out our other videos. Thanks for joining me today.
Now that's really interesting. Learning about that mask, I want to try it myself too.
Oh, it's fabulous. And if, I know you're watching, maybe you have questions, always leave your questions in your comments below. And if you're not sure about something, or you're not sure about something that we mentioned in one of the shows, we would love to hear from you. I love to hear from you. And I want to know what you want to know and what you want to know about. If there's an episode that you think, or a topic that you think that we should share, sometimes we get our best feedback on your suggestions for shows and for topics for our YouTube videos. So we really appreciate that. And don't forget to share this video and like it. I love it when you give me the thumbs up. It's very, it's a great feedback for me and for all the work that we put into the shows and all the research that we do to give you the right information